ES Audio.
What's up, guys? I'm John Weeks. This is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, do children really open up more to robots? But first, it looks like getting humans on Mars is yet another step closer. Researchers say a device they designed to produce breathable oxygen from the high levels of carbon dioxide on the planet is working. The device, which is about the size of a lunchbox and is called Moxie, was taken to the Red Planet as part of NASA's Perseverance rover mission. At the moment, it's effectively doing the work of a small tree, but the team behind the device now want to send a much bigger one that can produce oxygen at the rate of several hundred trees ahead of humans eventually landing on Mars. Researchers at the University of Cambridge believe friendly robots could play an important role in detecting mental well-being issues in children.
They find the robot non-threatening, they find the robot as a confidant, and especially now robot looks like this small non-threatening thing that, they feel like they wouldn't get into trouble.
Nida Abbasi is a PhD student at Cambridge who's been working on the project using the Now robot. They found that kids were willing to confide in the robot, sometimes sharing information they hadn't yet shared via online or in-person questionnaires. She told us their hope is that these robots could be used in schools in future.
The end goal is basically that the robot is placed in like a dedicated room in a school and children have access to it whenever they feel necessary. So that's what the faraway goal is, and we hope to work towards that.
Nida said the aim is not to replace psychologists or other mental health professionals though, but to use this type of robot as a tool. It's just one of many projects involving robots and mental well-being at Cambridge University. Another is the use of robots to evaluate how adults are coping, something PhD student Minja Axelsen is working on. She told us monitoring people's facial expressions is a big part of it.
We looked at the participants' facial expressions and adapted the robot's responses based on that. The personalization kind of means that it adapts to each person's face on an individual basis. So it depends on what your face specifically is expressing.
Now, the company behind mobile phone veterans Nokia has announced a new subscription service taking environmentally friendly to a new level.
At its heart, it's a way of redefining phone ownership, actually placing the focus on keeping phones for longer, then taking responsibility for the entire life of a phone and actually rewarding users for doing it in a sustainable way.
Adam Ferguson from HMD Global, the home of Nokia phones, has been telling us about the service called Circular. The subscription means when you buy a Nokia smartphone, the subscription rewards you for holding onto that handset for longer. With tokens or seeds, you can invest in eco-causes. He told us it's all part of a major shift to become more conscious of waste and the environment, and said all businesses are having to reevaluate how they run.
Now is the time to really start creating new business models and new ways of working hand in hand, business and customer, in order to make this kind of difference.
HMD Global also announced 3 new devices, including one called the X30 5G, made of recycled materials. An offshore wind farm off the coast of Yorkshire has claimed the title of the world's biggest. Hornsea 2 can generate enough electricity to power 1.3 million homes, the equivalent needed to run a city like Manchester. The actual site covers an area about 4.5 times the size of Liverpool and has taken the title from its neighbour Hornsea 1. At the moment, its estimated energy from gas is 9 times more expensive than that generated from renewables. Now, a toxic red tide seen around the San Francisco Bay Area in the US is being blamed for the death of thousands of fish and other marine life washing up on the shore.
It's kind of really sad. It's like a lot of the fish just dying.
I jog around Lake Merritt, once or twice a week at least, and people really enjoy it. It doesn't smell very good right now.
The wave of algae has also impacted the nearby Lake Merritt, causing a foul smell in the local area. It's thought poisonous algae blooms in the water are to blame for killing off the fish, and scientists are now trying to work out what caused it to spread so far and wide and for so many weeks. Experts reckon the unseasonably warm and sunny weather may be helping the algae spread. Coming up, super high-res footage of the Titanic emerges. Plus, the tech inside Balmain's exclusive Pokémon fashion collab. Why not give us a follow and a rating in the meantime? Welcome back. Now, when you're feeling down, a visit to a canal or a river could be just what you need. Researchers from King's College London found going to an area with both green and blue space, i.e. grass and water, has a greater impact on well-being compared with visiting somewhere with only green space. They took data from the app Urban Minds to collect thousands of real-time responses about people's location and mental well-being. Researchers said visits to canals and rivers could become part of social prescribing schemes to support mental health. French fashion brand Balmain Paris has teamed up with Pokémon Unite to offer shoes and clothing with built-in NFC. The near-field communication technology works by simply tapping your phone on the NFC patch, which takes you to a website where you can get digital rewards for the game. The brand says it's the first time anyone has connected a physical touchpoint with digital rewards in the Pokémon Unite universe. The NFC patches can only be bought in person at Balmain stores. The brand's also releasing 20 limited edition Pokémon luxury jackets. And finally, deep under the ocean, the first 8K footage of the Titanic has been released on YouTube. Ocean Gate Expeditions have shared the footage online, showing the ship in the greatest detail ever seen. The company said the ship's bow, the portside anchor, hull number 1, and an enormous anchor chain can all be seen. The video is about a minute long, but people are calling for much more footage of the ship to be released. There's a link to that video in our show notes. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.